Join me today on this YouTube channel and we'll go on a great Labor Day sailing trip to Monterey, California. Enjoy the sights, the sailors, the water, and of course the sailing. Thank you for watching. Alright, well this time we're making a trip to Monterey. We got some dense fog, you can't even see the shore. And we got a different type of swell coming in because there's a couple hurricanes down over by Hawaii, and so it looks like more like a south swell, which usually we get more from the north swell. But it's still a beautiful morning, and that's that. So here we're getting closer and closer to Monterey. Very little wind. Starting to see the shoreline a little bit. But having a great sail. Just enough wind to push me along at about 3.2 knots. So here the sails are down and we're pulling in to the anchorage. And in Monterey you always got to make sure that you stay out of the markers that are in yellow and not anchor out near the mooring balls. So I'm just trying to find a good place to anchor at this time. Right when I set my anchor, a bunch of sailors came out and I was taking in the view. The fog lifted and it was very beautiful and sunny. Here are all the sailors and they were practicing their spinnakers and sailing around. It was a beautiful sight. Got a good night's sleep, and the next morning we went out kayaking. The fog had rolled back in. But here's the anchorage where a lot of sailboats are hooked up to the mooring balls. Here we're standing up on the Fisherman's Wharf Pier and looking out over the east mooring. They have a program for sailors or other boat owners where they spend time out here, and then during the winter they get to have a slip in the harbor. San Carlos Beach still filled with sea lions, but I don't want to get too much closer because my dog Jack is all freaked out by them. You can hear them. More than before. So after kayaking around, checking out the sea lions, we headed back to Reveille. Still foggy today, but later on the sun came out. Alright, so I gotta add a little oil to the engine. We're gonna do that. I'm just gonna check the fluids. You always gotta make sure that your engine is working good. I always flush the engine too when I get back from my trip. Putting oil in. We're going to check the water level. Looks like it needs a little water. And everything's looking good. Here, Jack and I are just enjoying the sun with no fog, taking in the scenery. It's beautiful. So Jack and I stayed 4 nights in Monterey, and we decided to head home. Had a great Labor Day weekend. Took off early in the morning. It was just absolutely gorgeous. Not any wind, but it sure is beautiful out here. The bay looks really small when it's calm like this. Saw a lot of jellyfish on the way back to Moss Landing. And the waters were turquoise. Here we're about to enter the Moss Landing Harbor. I'm getting the mainsail down and packing it up and getting ready to enter the harbor entrance.